It's pleasantly cool here, what with a canopy overhead.
Let us hope we make it through without incident.
Right you are. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Here we go again. We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort.
By your leave.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
I'm in no need of a rest as yet, Master.
Enough of whiskers. Come on, then! Let's dance.
These victuals would make for a fine repast.
Our bellies will last a little longer.
scraping by.
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds. How are we to get through this door?
How dare you?
Someone ought to put a stop to this.
I'm a goner.
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty. Lest you forget, 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
Where was that back again?
He's hoping this season yields more than the last.
Anyone who looks forward to it has a long day of work.
Dreams are free.
Near enough with
Wonder if there's any easy work to do.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Reckon I'd spend my life here if I could. All my days were so
Learn a new dish. Keep things interesting.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
We have arrived.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak? There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim, you've done a fine job culling those monsters, your Majesty. 'Tis common knowledge among the people that 'twas you who delivered. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of an audience with the Arisen grows by the day. Should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come when Disa can no longer deny your presence. And ere it slips my mind, pray.
And with that, our task is done.
Indeed. You... culled more than your fair share of monsters. I expect tales of your valor will soon be told in taverns.
Splendid. I sense eyes upon us.
Look, as long as you think. Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
Well met, sir. Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Look, as long as you please.
I find Good evening, sir. I trust you fared. All right on the roads, despite the hour? You know where to find me. Go on, have a look. Well met, son. How might I be of service?
This really is fun,
This looks as good a place as any.
What?
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. What? Can't you think of a reason? I'd thought you were keen of wit. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over. Now you found... So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with then.
The fire must be put out near our comrade Earth.
Enough!
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me. Naught to look forward to, but a long day of work.
If I'm not careful,
My legs are fair enough.
I wouldn't have amounted to much anyway.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Reckon you can do as you please, eh?
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Got me!
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. But it's clear this storytelling's got little to do with his wealth. So where's he get his coin, then? Makes a man wonder, it does. Could be he's involved in...
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? Much appreciated.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale
Not a care in the world. I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell us, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
There's naught I love more than a saucy rumour.
I don't know what to do.
Got to sell off what I can.
Just remember.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of... I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate.
What should I do?
Everyone's busy with their own affairs.
May the heavens pay.
This place is very dreary. If I could, I'd never leave.
Seems my feet.
Oh, dear. What am I to do? Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a way... Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location.
What are you doing? We've not been given leave to rest yet.
I'm well aware of that, thank you.
Lots to be taken care of before the day's done.
Seems my
The rules at your leisure. Smart backs.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
You've come. Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then...
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
Indeed. You are correct.
Shall we get some rest, then? To this world I return, ready to...
Should we hunt a few monsters?
We must rest. Though the sun is... A good sleep will ensure we are prepared. Shall we get some rest, then? A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the more... Shall we get some rest, then? A good sleep will ensure we are prepared.
Surely no fate more wretched than this.
Shall we get some rest, then?
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed my... You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, and that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller. Much appreciated. Aye, got some coin to... Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
This place offers a view of the sea.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Many thanks.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Many thanks.
I'm going to go exploring.
Alms, alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate.
I don't know what to do.
I'm dead on my feet.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Ah, excellent find.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Look, as long as you forgot why I came.
Thankless job, this.
Go on, have a look. Any mistakes this time?
Something smells divine.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
I've little enough going.
Nattering all day is tiring work.
I don't know what to do.
Alms, alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate families.
Dirt, sweat, toil. I end up feeling like after a day of rest.
Aye, sir. What I can do for you? What? You mean to say my Albert's a noble and has only been pretending to be a beggar? Earning a living in the slums isn't easy, but Albert and I, we promised each other we'd try our hardest to make ends meet. And you're saying 'tis all a lie? I don't want to believe such madness, but... Nor can I deny that these garments are my husband's. Pray, tell me where you found them. I must see this...
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good
Pleasure doing
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Many thanks.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business with you.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I don't know what to do.
Beg pardon, sir, but have you any information about what happened here? A couple were found dead, you see. Poor Albert was stabbed from behind, and Selena, by all appearances, ended her own life after killing him. I can't fathom it. I knew the both of them, and I cannot imagine Selena doing such a thing, let alone to her. One witness claims Selena was turned away from a noble's estate shortly before the incident. But how could that...
Shall we see how Harve village fares of late, Master? Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
We're in your hands, sir.